Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Total world victory to Hare Krishna. Today we are looking at Bhagavad-gita chapter 2 verse 8. Forgot to do a welcome. Welcome guys, welcome back or welcome to this little podcast. It is me, Isabella, and Isabella Cam. Do the Isabella Cam. With the Isabella Cam. And then Prahlad.
Hello.
Go number 3. With the Prahlad Cam.
Cam is not there in it. Not it. Anyway. Bhagavad-gita 2:8.
Nahi prapaśyāmi mamāpanudyād chokam ucchoṣaṇam indriyāṇām avāpya bhūmāv asapatnam ṛddhaṁ rājyaṁ surāṇām api cādhipatyam. Na.
Do not.
Hi.
Certainly.
Prapaśyāmi.
I see.
Mama.
My.
Apanudyād.
Can drive away.
Yat.
That which.
Śokam.
Lamentation.
Ucchoṣaṇam.
Drying up.
Indriyāṇām.
Of these senses.
Avāpya.
Achieving.
Bhūmau.
On the earth.
Asapatnam.
Without rival.
Ṛddhaṁ.
Prosperous.
Rājyaṁ.
Kingdom.
Surāṇām.
Of the demigods.
Api.
Even.
Also.
Ādhipatyam. Supremacy. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on the earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. And then the original. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to destroy it, even if I win an unrivaled kingdom on the earth, with sovereignty like that of the demigods in heaven. And the changes in the translation, it's been changed from destroy to dispel. An unrivaled kingdom to a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom. On the earth to on earth. And sovereignty like that of the demigods, and just like the demigods in heaven. A few changes. As always, unwarranted. I think if you look at this one, which shows the annotations for the changes, nothing there. It's just highlighted. So yeah. Purports. Although Arjuna was putting forward so many arguments based on knowledge of the principles of religion and moral codes, it appears that he was unable to solve his real problem without the help of the spiritual master, Lord Sri Krishna. He could understand that his so-called knowledge was useless in driving away his problems, which were drying up his whole existence, and it was impossible for him to solve such perplexities without the help of a spiritual master like Lord Krishna. Academic knowledge, scholarship, high position, etc. are all useless in solving the problems of life. Help can be given only by a spiritual master like Krishna. Therefore, the conclusion is that a spiritual master who is 100% Krishna conscious is a bona fide spiritual master, for he can solve the problems of life. Lord Chaitanya said that one who is a master of the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his social position, is the real spiritual master.
Kiva vipra kiva nyasi sudra kene naya, ye Krishna tattva veta se guru haya.
It does not matter whether a person is a vipra, learned scholar in Vedic wisdom, or is born in a lower family, or is in the renounced order of life. If he is a master in the science of Krishna, he is the perfect and bona fide spiritual master. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 8:128. So without being a master in the science of Krishna consciousness, no one is a bona fide spiritual master. It is also said in the Vedic literature,
Satkarma nipono vipro mantra tatra visharada avai navo gurur nasyad vaishnavasva pako guru.
a scholarly Brahmana, expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge, is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava, or expert in the science of Krishna consciousness. But a person born in a family of a lower caste can become a spiritual master if he is a Vaishnava or Krishna conscious. Padma Purana. The problem of material existence, birth, old age, disease, and death, cannot be counteracted by accumulation of wealth and economic development. In many parts of the world, there are states which are replete with all facilities of life, which are full of wealth and economically developed. Yet the problems of material existence are still present. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna, or the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitute the science of Krishna, through a bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
If economic development and material comforts could drive away one's lamentation for family, social, national, or international inebrities, then Arjuna would not have said that even an unrivaled kingdom on earth or supremacy like that of the demigods in the heavenly planets would be unable to drive away his lamentations. He sought, therefore, refuge in Krishna consciousness, and that is the right path for peace and harmony. Economic development or supremacy over the world can be finished at any moment by the cataclysms of material nature. Even elevation into a higher planetary situation, as men are now seeking on the moon planet, can also be finished at one stroke. The Bhagavad-gita confirms this. Shine punye martya lokam vishanti. When the results of pious activities are finished, one falls down again, from the peak of happiness to the lower status of life. Many politicians of the world have fallen down in that way. Such downfalls only constitute more causes for lamentation. Therefore, if we want to curb lamentation for good, then we have to take shelter of Krishna, as Arjuna is seeking to do. So Arjuna asked Krishna to solve his problem definitely, and this is the way of Krishna consciousness.
Okay. So, if we look at the differences between the original and the changed version, all are useless in solving the problems of life. Help can only be given by a spiritual master, or help can be given only by a spiritual master, which is the move of the word only, which is no reason given. Again, another change. There's some changes in the Sanskrit here. Just the separation of a word. The citation of, the reference, there we go. The reference of this Sanskrit has been moved down to after it's talked about, and literatures have been changed to literature. A few changes. There's been a a reference added, the Padma Purana. One of the changes that have been sort of approved by Prabhupada were spelling mistakes, which this just says Ian, which I'm almost 100% sure should be can. It's been changed. And then this change I thought was a bit weird, because the way the sentence is constructed says they are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitutes the science of Krishna or the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness. So the way it's supposed to be read, if we take out this part, the sentence would be or the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, or the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness, which that makes sense. But if you do it here, it changes the sentence structure, because now it says or the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, through the bona fide representative of Krishna, which are two different meanings. Yeah, which is just why no reason to change that. In the change reasonings, it doesn't really say why it was changed. It's just weird. It changes the sentence, it changes the meaning, and there's no reason to change it, as usual. Unrivaled is the other change. I think that's another spelling change. Would not has been removed, and being changed with unable. So instead of would not be able, it is now unable. And that has been... That it? Yeah. It's explained by the two instances of not. Would not have said, would not be able, made the sentence difficult to follow. I don't know. Do you think it's difficult to follow?
No.
Yeah. It's readable.
Yeah.
It's not really any not really any reason to change it. Seeking a place is being taken out, just now seeking on the moon planet. Sanskrit's being sliced. Yeah, those are the changes. Almost all of them unwarranted. But some of them, like can, unrivaled, would be explained, because Prabhupada did want the spelling and grammar to be fixed, but I don't think not in this way. The spelling, yes, but the grammar, if changing the grammar changes the interpretations that can be made, shouldn't be made. Doesn't need to be. Okay. Talking about the actual purports. What do you have to say about that? About what Prabhupada is saying?
I feel like in the first bit he's like saying how important... Oh my god. Hi. In the first bit I feel like he's saying how important a spiritual master is. Like, being like, yo, you can't really get through this without a spiritual master. And then the why am I grey? Okay. And in the second bit he's talking about how it doesn't matter of how much money you have or your social status. If you have those qualities and a realization of Krishna and stuff like that, then, you're bona fide to be a spiritual master. Yeah. You can do the third bit. I never get it right. Okay.
You never get it
I'm not
right.
grey anymore. Yay. And in the third bit, he's talking about how everything is temporary, and no matter how many economic things you get in life, it kind of, it's like, yeah, it's only temporary, and it can be taken away very quickly, what you have. Ooh, how interesting. I'm shiny.
Bro, my camera is...
I look good in your camera.
Goofy.
You don't look good in your camera.
Yeah, so the structure of the purport is, I'd say, masterfully crafted. It's basically just its own little contained class. I'm not exactly sure if Prabhupada wrote the purport out, or it is being dictated from a class that he gave on it, but it is very fitting. Isabella said the first paragraph is talking about needing a spiritual master. Arjuna is looking for a spiritual master, and he is in need of one. And then the second paragraph is talking about basically who is the spiritual master, what qualifications they are. So it does say anyone can be a spiritual master as long as long as they're a Vaishnava or Krishna conscious. And then it talks about the problems of material existence: birth, old age, disease, and death cannot be counteracted by the accumulation of wealth and economic development. So it talks about that. And then it talks about if economic development and material comforts could drive away one's lamentation for family, social, national, international inbrenities, inebrieties. It's not a very common word.
What? Inebrities.
Inebrities. It's not a common word. Inebrities. Then Arjuna would not have said that even an unrivaled kingdom on earth or supremacy like that of the demigods and the heavenly planets would be able to drive away his lamentations. So the purport that we did yesterday and the purport before 2.7 was talking about how what I said about it is there's the forest fire of material perplexities that confuses people, and it is automatic and present. And so in this, continuing on from there, this purport is talking about how economic development and material comforts isn't going to take away the lamentation or the perplexities or the confusions that the material system is creating. And so the final sort of conclusion of Prabhupada's purport here says that therefore if we do not curb lamentation for good, then we will have to take shelter of Krishna, as Arjuna is seeking to do. So Arjuna and Krishna to solve the problem definitely. So Arjuna asked Krishna to solve his problem definitely, and that is the way of Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada goes through the 3 points that he has, quotes some evidence from other literatures, and then has the conclusion down the very end. So this is it's very well written purport. Wouldn't want to change it any bit. It's pretty good, and there's not much left for interpretation. It's just clear cut. It's just clear And it goes with the flow. It flows on from the previous purport, as the book does. So yeah, that's really what I had to say. Anything else?
Nah, I already said something, man.
Let's see. Through. I'm looking at the manuscript that Prabhupada typed out for this, and the translation.
Put it on the screen.
There we go. So yeah, this is the manuscript, and I'm just looking at the translation for this text, which is different. It says, "I do not find any means of counteracting the lamentation, which is drying up my senses, and which is not going to be driven away, even if I do get rivalless kingdom on the earth with supremacy like the demigods in heaven."
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's written differently, but I'm liking the voice that it conveys. It's really I don't know how to describe it. I just like it. Yeah, as usual, there's been a whole bunch of changes that are just
Useless.
Well, that's all of them, but there's a whole bunch that are
Verified.
they're not not very justified. They're not like, oh yeah, this is why we did this. They're just done like moving only. No justification here. And there's not particularly any reason. It's just it still has the still conveys the same message, and yeah, it's just the unwanted change. But what I do theorize is that it is from a writing guide, because I do remember that putting only before be given is not extremely proper English grammar. See, I would think that change would be from some sort of writing guide. Yeah. Anything else? No. Yeah, that's really all I got. I don't know if someone's watching has any comments or thoughts or questions about purport. No, that's wrong. Mystical ghost. Is there anything else to mention?
Why don't you have a look at that change? From or to through, and see if that would be taken closer to the bottom part.
Why isn't this? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button.
Because you have the original manuscript there.
Yeah.
And so take a look at that.
So, look at the difference. This sentence here, Krishna or the bona fide representative of Krishna, and this one says through the bona fide representative of Krishna. And the manuscript that this is based off of, and I think in the changes he mentions, there's an image attached to this change that references.
Yeah, it's an image of the manuscript.
Yeah, it's an image of the manuscript, which is this particular manuscript. I remember yesterday it was said that there are multiple manuscripts, but it mentions this one word for word. And in this manuscript, it says, from the bona fide representative of Krishna. So yeah, it says from instead of through. Otherwise, it is basically the same. This small text, I gotta lean in. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness if they prefer to consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitutes the science of Krishna from the bona fide representative of Krishna or the man in Krishna consciousness. So yeah, the change from or to through. What do you think of that?
Kinda iffy.
Kinda iffy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand why it was or. That is how the rest of the sentence is constructed. It being something other than or, I would just say logically would be a mistake, but this was the edition that Prabhupada approved of, so we'll take it as it is. And even so, going like totally super basic level, if you were taking this closer to the manuscript, which almost any changes shouldn't be made, if you were taking it closer to the manuscript, there is the direct word from, and so just use from. I would say that the only reason it would be changed to through, or one of the reasons it would be changed to through, is just plain arrogance. Just like, oh, I'm gonna change it. Why not? Because it is right there, is the word from. I mean, it is really one word, and it's not, one word by itself is not that much of a difference, but continual small one word changes like this throughout the whole book, it is taking it further from what Prabhupada originally said, because he originally said from in the manuscript, and then the approved version is or, and then it was decided to change it to through. It's just like, yeah, it's not, it's taking it further away from what Prabhupada said. Yeah, that is the definitive conclusion.
Well, why don't you consider the three different ones, or, through, and from, and see what that leads to? Like, what difference does it actually make to that statement?
Thank you, mystical ghost.
Yeah.
Or
you should do it together, because you should both consider it together. And really consider it.
You tried to teach me about sentence structure. Remember how I did that? Remember how
No.
I don't know. Like, if the word from is there, and that was approved by Prabhupada, then, just use from. You don't need to change it.
But what would be the difference in the meaning?
Yeah, so you should bring it up. Bring it up in the latest edition, and then just read it through. And read it through as it is with through, and then read it through and put or there instead and see how that changes the meaning, and then read it through and put from there and see how that changes the meaning. So go back to the first tab of the latest edition. Yeah, let's read it through. Just that one part.
I gotta find it. Ah, there it is.
Through a bona fide representative of Krishna.
Oh, no,
They are
read
seeking peace
yeah.
in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna, or the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam, which constitute the science of Krishna, through the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
It's kind of like you get to the science of Krishna through a spiritual master, and then, or a spiritual master would mean you either get there from going directly or like going through someone, and then the from. You could pull up the one with the from. Where is it, man?
There.
From. Like you get there from the.
Well, one way you can try it is you go back to that thing there and just drop out the dependent clauses, the sub-clauses, to make it more simple. It's an extremely complex sentence. If you drop out those...
Don't read that.
Drop out the sub-clauses.
Which constitute the science of Krishna.
No, you don't read that.
Don't read that.
Yeah.
Alright. From they are seeking peace.
Yes.
They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
So then you can also...
What does that mean?
Matt, why are you looking at me?
What does it mean?
No, you've got to consider it together. Like,
Yeah, man.
You can't just be like, well, I don't know what it means, you figure it out. It's like,
Well,
together you look
I know
at
what
it
it
and
means.
figure it out.
I do not know what it means.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, it just means that... Well, it implies that to gain real happiness, you would need to do it through a bona fide representative of Krishna.
Okay.
Yep, and then substitute or.
And then if you say or...
So read the thing again and substitute or.
They are
Drop
seeking
out.
peace in man, I could have just read it and dropped in the word.
No, we gotta get the 100%.
No, do the same thing. Stay on the same one.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's comparing apples with apples.
Yep.
They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam, or through the bona fide representative of Krishna. Or what?
Read it
Or
again.
Doesn't say through.
okay. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam, or the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
Well,
So what does that mean?
They can only achieve it if they consult Krishna, the two holy books, or a representative.
Yeah.
So there are
how
three
does that-
options now.
Yeah, so how does that change the meaning between the two editions? Or how does it change it from through and or? Like, what's the difference?
The other one gives three options, and this one gives two, but through a representative. Do it. Yes, no? No? You do it.
it forces a representative of Krishna as the conditional to real happiness with through.
Okay.
Because
I don't know how to explain it.
well, because if it says or, that means
If it says or, it means that any of the options can be the way to achieve real happiness, but because it says through, it makes it it forces through a bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness, which basically implies that the man in Krishna consciousness is the way to achieve real happiness through the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam and the consultation of Krishna.
Yeah, so the two editions are significantly different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so now why don't you have a look at the well, I mean the first edition was authorized by Prabhupada, the second edition is not.
Yeah.
But why don't you try putting in what Prabhupada said in his manuscript just for yourself to consider what Prabhupada was actually trying to communicate there. Those are two very different concepts.
Yeah.
They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
From. I don't know how to describe it. It's like,
I feel like through is actually kind of bringing it closer to from, in a way.
Say
or
more about that.
Like, so in the first one there were 3 options, and this one that we have on the screen there are 2, but you have to go through someone. And on the third one, the original one, the like OG, the goat, you can get there are like those 2 options, and then it's like from, so it's kind of from, I feel like isn't as forcing on you, like you have to go through. It's like kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it too, but I have a theorem. You speak.
when it says through the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness, it implies that the man of Krishna consciousness is
Vital.
vital or more important than the Bhagavad-gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the consultation from Krishna.
The other thing you can do is, because the construction here is this or this and then action, so you can, you know how you dropped out that dependent clause, which is just like that sub clause. It's a description of one of the list items.
Yeah.
You can apply the condition to any of the list items to test it.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sort of.
Try it.
Well, like, just take out one of the descriptors.
No, you just.
Or the list items.
Just, this is like language is like a machine. And so
Yeah.
this design of this machine is you can do this thing to this thing or this thing, right?
Mm.
You can do X to A, B, or C.
Yep.
So reconstituted is do X to A, do X to B.
You can achieve real happiness if they consult Krishna. You can achieve real happiness.
Yeah, but do X to A because you collapse the whole thing. So what you're doing now is you want to take out the optionality of the list items and test what's being done or said about the list items. You see how you dropped out the clause? Like, I'll maybe make it real simple for you. You know, see how you dropped out the clause?
Yep.
Drop out all of the list items except for one of them to test it.
Oh, they're seeking peace in different ways. Nah, I don't get it.
Yeah, drop out all of the list items except for one of them. See how there's a list of items there?
Oh, they're seeking peace in different ways. If they consult Krishna.
What?
They're seeking peace in different ways. The Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And they're seeking peace in different ways through a bona fide representative of Krishna.
Yeah, but it's like this. They're seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna through the bona fide spiritual master. They can achieve real happiness only if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna. Yeah, if there was or, then it would be, they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna, only if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam, only if they consult the bona fide representative of Krishna.
Yeah.
Right? But if you change it to through, it becomes only if they consult Krishna through the bona fide representative of Krishna, and only if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative of Krishna.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should create that for people on the stream so they can get that, and so that you guys get it for yourselves. Like, maybe let Isabella create it. Did you get it, Isabella?
No.
Okay, so Prahlad, you create it for Isabella so that you get it, Isabella, and then
That will take a while, but okay, go for it.
you just create it.
Because it says through the bona fide representative of Krishna, it forces itself on all the other conditionals.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Just create it, like I just did. Exactly the same thing.
Okay, then I don't get what you're saying.
Yeah, create it like this. If you have a list of or, right?
Yeah.
If I say that you can use a green or blue card, it means you can use a green card or you can use a blue card.
Yep.
Do you see how I can expand the list? By applying the thing to the list. Yeah? I
Yeah.
can use a green or blue card.
Yeah.
Now if they say that they can do it by consulting this or this, or this, then I can say you can do it by consulting Krishna, or you can do it by consulting the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam, or you can do it by consulting the bona fide representative of the Lord.
Yeah.
You see how I can expand the list into 3 separate statements by taking each item out and joining it together with the entire thing, because the list is embedded in the middle of a... Can you see that?
Yeah.
You're looking at it? Yeah? But between the first and second edition, it goes from or to through, so that thing is no longer one of the list items. So now it becomes like a green or blue car. And now you can say through a green car or a blue car, so you say, if they consult Krishna through the bona fide representative of Krishna, or if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative of Krishna. Can you see that?
That's what I said. It forces itself on all the other.
I didn't say it forces itself. I just created the list, expanded out.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about it, I'm expanding the list out. Okay, did you understand it? Did you understand it, Isha?
I didn't get it any
Not
differently.
fully, but-
Can you expand the list if you put from, like Prabhupada's original from, and expand the list like that?
Can you... Or the Bhagavad-gita
Yeah, you
through
can.
the bona fide.
No, can
Or
you
it's
do it?
consult
Of course
Krishna
you
Oh.
can.
through the bona fide.
From the bona fide representative of Krishna, or
They can achieve real happiness if they, what?
Consult Krishna through the bona fide representative.
Yeah, but we're using from instead of through.
if they
From.
consult Krishna from the bona fide representative of Krishna.
Yeah, or if they consult,
The Bhagavad-gita and
The
Srimad
bona
Bhagavatam.
fide representative of Krishna.
Isabella's got it. So Isabella, you create it for Prahlad so he can get it.
They're seeking peace from the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from the bona
No,
fide.
they can achieve real happiness. Now you see how it says only if they do this, this, or this, right?
Yes.
So you can say they can achieve real peace if they do one of the following 3 things. If they consult Krishna, if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam, if they consult the bona fide representative of Krishna, that's or. Through, they can achieve real happiness if they consult Krishna through the bona fide representative of Krishna, or if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative of Krishna. You got that?
Sure.
No? You don't get that?
Yes.
Okay, so now do it with from.
They can achieve real happiness if they consult Krishna from the bona fide representative of Krishna. That good?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Or,
They can achieve happiness only the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from the bona fide representative of Krishna.
yeah,
Then you do it through. Yes?
yeah.
Okay. But they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna through the bona fide representative of Krishna, but they can only achieve real happiness if they read the Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam through the bona fide representative of Krishna. That one does not make sense.
It doesn't really. Well, if they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam through the.
Huh?
If they consult the Bhagavad-gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam through the representative of Krishna. That's what that says there. If they consult Krishna, or if they consult the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita through the bona fide representative of Krishna. That's what that says.
You've lost me.
Okay.
What? What?
The difference that from, through, or of makes in there. Or. But Isha, you nailed it. It goes from 3 options to 2 options, and then they must be done through the spiritual master, the bona fide representative, or from the bona fide representative. But in either case, the through and the from constrain it to 2 options and require the spiritual master.
Oh, that's what I said.
That's also what I said too.
That's what I said at the beginning.
It is what you said at the beginning, but then you were unclear about the difference that through or from makes to it.
No, I said that the difference is it's almost the same, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, but how is it different?
And I said I didn't know how to explain it.
Yeah, exactly. But you can examine it by saying they consult the Bhagavad-gita and the Bhagavatam from the spiritual master, or through the bona fide representative, or through the.
Oh no, the difference is that when it's from the spiritual master, it's not a definite. While through is a definite.
How is that not definite?
From's not definite. It's like if you ask for a consultation from somewhere, doesn't mean you're gonna go with it. But if you go through something, that implies that you've already gone ahead with the information. Well, from is in a definite, you're going to use the consultation, while through is sort of past tense. So it implies that it's already been done.
Okay, so what's the conclusion then? Does the second edition get closer to what Prabhupada's manuscript says?
No.
Asian?
No.
No, why? I would say it actually does.
Nah.
Because in the first edition you got 3 options, but in the second edition and in Prabhupada's manuscript you've got 2 options.
No, you have 3 in Prabhupada's manuscript.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you sure?
Maybe. Yeah, it was my understanding that when it says from, that was also a list item. But there's just no comma. Because it says you can achieve real happiness only from consulting, or only from the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness. That's how I would have read it. And so it could be that, maybe that's how I read it.
if you have a look at Jayadvaita Swami's annotation, like flip over to that and click on it, see, it might seem like we got just hooked up on a small thing here, but it's a kind of important point, right? Like, can you directly read Bhagavad-gita?
Yes.
We can, but like, is he saying here, like go to Jayadvaita Swami's annotation there.
Yeah.
And see what he's doing here is he's like, this is not like the one purport that tells the entire thing and it's the only place where you can find, this idea.
Yeah.
This is a common kind of thread through Prabhupada's teachings, right? So you see how Jayadvaita Swami, what he does here?
Not really.
Have a look at what he says.
As Srila Prabhupada writes in Purport 1.1, you should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna.
So he reinforces his idea that it should be not like an optional thing but required. Because in the purport to 1.1, Srila Prabhupada quoted the Gita Mahatma.
Yeah.
Saying that one should read the Bhagavad Gita with the help of the person who is a devotee of Krishna. Yeah.
But that just proves that from would be better than through.
I don't know. You can consult through, but can you consult from?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can consult the Bhagavad Gita from someone. You can consult it through someone.
Well, you would from someone you consulted. You consulted from.
If they consult Krishna from someone. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds a bit awkward to me, but anyway, you can see what he's done there. He's taken the, inquiring from. You can either read the Bhagavad Gita or inquire from the devotee, and he's made it read the Bhagavad Gita through the devotee. Which seems to be closer to Prabhupada's manuscript.
Okay.
And it's also supported by, what Prabhupada says in that other place. So I would say that this one actually takes it closer to Prabhupada.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
But it just changes it completely from the second edition.
From the first edition?
Oh, the first edition, yeah.
It does, yeah. And so this is Garuda's point about how these changes should have been done. Because it's a pretty significant change, and Prabhupada did authorize the first one. And so instead of just changing it in place, changing it and making a note to the original edition, and in the back and just a note about what the original manuscript or something was, would have made it transparent, Yeah. And then just shifting words around and stuff like that for a style guide, that's unwarranted. This is one change here that could make sense because it does impact the philosophy, but it should be very heavily considered and not just jammed in with a bunch of moving commas and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
Okay, you asked the mystical ghost, and that's what you got.
Well, I see, because if you flip the sentence with or, it doesn't have the subject of the sentence be the bona fide representative, but with through, that's basically the subject of the sentence. So yeah, for me it just changes the whole sentence. But from doesn't change the sentence like through does.
It does, yeah. It's what Isabella said before, it changes it from 3 options to 2.
Oh yeah, I just read it wrong.
How can we relate this to the modern world?
Isabella.
The last step.
Isabella can.
Okay. I'm gonna use the studying for a test one again. You know, how are you gonna be able to get good grades if you're not taught by a bona fide representative of the school, otherwise known as a teacher? Or you can just read the books yourself and see if that gets you through. I don't know. Or you can go to the person who's running the test and ask them for the answers. Depends on how you're feeling.
I guess so.
Ooh. Isabella cam, yay!
Anything else to say from the ghost or Isabella? Guess not.
Ghost has gone away.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be here next time where we do 2-9. We'll go through the thing first.
Okay. Nahi prapaśyāmi mamāpanudyād chokam ucchoṣaṇam indriyāṇām avāpya bhūmāv asapatnam ṛddhaṁ rājyaṁ surāṇām api cādhipatyam. Oh no, okay. Let's go to the translation. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled battle on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven.
Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
See you next time for 2-9. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Total world victory of Hare Krishna.
Bye.